Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Yes, the message that I want every woman listening to today to get is that your best years absolutely can be ahead of you. And we can go into our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s with vitality, poise, confidence from the inside out.
And so you talk about deep core activation as a hidden superpower. Can you explain what that is and why it's so transformational for women over 55?
Yes, absolutely. Our deep core muscles are our hidden superpower, our hidden powerhouse. It involves our diaphragm, our transverse abdominis, which is our deepest abdominal muscle, our deepest back muscles, and our pelvic floor. And so many of us, as we age, get into altered postures and different things with our activities that we do. And our internal powerhouse isn't as revved up as it used to be. Some of us end up with incontinence. We end up with a big belly pooch as our content sink down as we age, if we've had children and things like that. And so the deep core activation or your deep core team, I say suck it in because it's pulling your belly button in like you're zipping up a tight pair of pants. I'm not meaning like, air, but did you see what happened to you as soon as you did it? Your posture improved and you elongated your body. And I think that's what, like, when you stand up straight or sit up straight, your energy changes and your exuberance changes, and people notice, and you feel better. Your state, your emotional state changes. So when I talk about deep core activation and sucking it in, that transverse abdominis muscle stabilizes our intestines and our inner organs so that they don't drop down as we age, because gravity does never take a day off. Deep core activation will give you that slimmer waistline. It will hold your belly inward. You don't have to do it all the time, but you need to retrain it and elongate your spine so you could just feel amazing. And one more thing that I think is amazing as we age is when your deep core muscles are strong, you have better balance. And that is one thing that as we age, balance reactions diminish. And so you need to have that deep core stability.
Yes, I have a lot of stairs in my house that are pretty steep. And I
Okay.
like to carry things from one part of the house to the other, like a water bottle and a snack, or some clothing, or a sweater, or something. And then sometimes I like to do it in the dark. It's like I'm just asking for trouble.
I know. I think as a physical therapist who always is preaching prevention and safety, it's important as we age to be proactive for fall prevention too. So I myself, I'm 52, about to be 53, but when I walk downstairs, I just touch the railing, and it's more just as a precaution to make
Yeah,
sure that I'm safe. I have sprained my
yeah,
ankles many times, so my balance in my ankles is a little off. My deep core balance is great, but I just want to be safe. So I think if
yes.
you're going to carry something, just mind yourself to make sure that you are safe. And our arms and legs are more stable and they're stronger if our deep core is stable. So if you're walking up and down your stairs, suck it in and activate your deep core, your spinal stabilizer, so that you will have more balance and stability while you are walking up and down your stairs to ensure your safety.
Yeah. Thank you. I love that holding on to the railing. We just put some in because my husband needed them. And he says, I see you like using them too. I said, yes, I do.
Yeah.
I touch them too. So there's so much that we want to talk about. So, what about if you're someone who wants to keep hiking, dancing, playing pickleball, and can proper posture and movement patterns protect your joints and spine?
That's such a great question. Wow, I could talk about this all day long. Yes, proper posture is like proper alignment. And so, if you want to stay hiking and playing pickleball and walking, your posture, if you are upright where gravity falls through your head, through your pelvis, through your hip, your muscles and all your other joints and your body activates the proper way. So, it gives you balance and stability. When we fall out of that position, say we're hunching forward or we're leaning one way, certain muscles on one side won't activate like they should. They're not getting the messages when you're moving symmetrically. And so that can lead you for trips, slips, or just a little whoops, I fell off balance. So I think it's so important, alignment and stability. And the deep core activation, I always go back to that because it's like the foundation of your house. So when you suck your stomach in, you saw like we popped up in the posture alignment, maybe not the side to side alignment, but that is something that's so critical, and to protect your joints. So many of us, you have a bunion or maybe you hurt your knee and you were limping for a period of time. So many of us after that the limp doesn't go away. Our nervous system didn't reset it, even if the pain went away. And that limp shuts down muscles that give you a balance and stability, but also that limp creates altered joint movement. And that's what leads to degeneration, like knee arthritis and hip arthritis. So I'm always such a big proponent of correcting your alignment and looking in the mirror and marching up and down or walking and seeing, like, do my legs look symmetrical? Does my weight shift symmetrical, or am I doing this always to the right? Am I standing symmetrical, or am I leaning to the side? You're not being critical of how you look. You're being evaluative of how your alignment is so that your muscles can work, so you can have that stability and vitality and stay in the game for the lifespan. That's what I want. That's what we all want.
Stay in the game, because I hear some stories. If you stop pickleball, there goes part of your community. Or if you stop dancing, yeah, you need both. You need to, so yeah, do it for your mental health too, so that you stay connected to all the fun things you need.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. That is my passion as my physical therapist who's been injured since a teen, is to prevent people from having that injury that stops them from being with their pickleball group or their walking group. Or I have someone right now that can't go to her gardening group right now and she's in physical therapy. And I want to prevent that from happening so that you're not missing out. That's
Right.
it's
That's so good. Okay, so what is it about moving with strong posture that instantly, oh, we already talked about that, feel more vibrant, confident, and even sexier? Might as well revisit sexier. I
I
think.
I love to visit that. Let me tell you, probably after I'd been a physical therapist for 6 years, I was minding posture on one of my patients. And this is before all the devices made us all more
Oh,
vulnerable for poor
yes.
posture. Yes. So she had shoulder pain. And so much of like shoulder pain is related to your posture. If you're like this, now your shoulder's at risk for pain and rotator cuff injury because it's not in the proper alignment. So she had shoulder pain. I was telling her, you need to do this for your shoulder. One of the benefits that I asked a couple weeks later was like, did anybody notice yet? She goes, you know what? All week long, my coworkers have been asking, like, did you get your hair done? You look amazing. Or did you meet someone new? You look so radiant. And it was because she improved her posture. That was the biggest deal. And so I'm giving my goosebumps talking about it because I feel like when you sit down, try it now if you're watching, you don't feel vibrant, you don't feel peppy, you don't feel
No.
confident maybe, or maybe you don't even feel energetic. But if you sit up straight, you don't have to force it back. But if you just sit up straight or you suck your stomach in even, it just feels proud and like you walk in and you own the room because you're upright. That's the thing that posture does for us. It actually changes our brain chemistry. So if anybody out there is feeling down about themselves, sit up straight and smile and fake it till you make it. That's really a thing in your brain chemistry, because if you move your body and you get up into that thing in that great posture, you start feeling better. And that's what we want to do as we age. We want to feel better. So if you just have to lift your chest and smile to feel better, we'll start doing it right now.
And is that the quick deep core exercise you can recommend to immediately feel taller and more stable?
Okay, so the quick, deep core exercise that you can do immediately to stand taller is to pull your belly button into your spine. This is probably not the best shirt. I don't know if you can see. And so it's not right here under your breastbone. That's where our stomach and diaphragm are. It is down here where your belly button is and below. And I will hold it so you can see it. You pull this part in right here, belly button in. And when you do that, this transverse abdominis muscle cinches your waist like a corset. And then it's hard to be like this and suck your stomach. And as soon as you do it, your back muscles go on and they bring you upright. That's your deep core activation that can improve your posture right now. So if you try it sitting and you pull it in, you see like my shoulders raise. I'm not doing this, but like I grow a little bit taller because that muscle cinches my waist and brings me in. So my spine is elongated. So that's the helpful tip that you can do right away.
That's wonderful. Is there like amount of time we hold it in as an exercise? If we were doing it as an exercise, would we be doing like from
Okay,
there to
so
there, like a
that's
cat cow?
like a cat cow. So you want to keep your spine still when you do it, but you're right. So there's a couple different ways I say it to train it. So one is just to do the quick, like you're doing a bicep curl. You go in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, and you will feel as you go in, out, in, out, in, out. you'll start to feel a burn probably after 20 to 30 repetitions of pulling this in and out. That's a way to get it firing. The other way is to pull it in and walk down your hall and hold it in. I used to tell people, I still tell people, hey, when you're in the grocery store, suck your stomach in, pull it in, and walk down one aisle, and then let it out and walk down the other. Pull your belly button in, walk down one aisle, let it out, walk down the other. Because you want to train it to be able to stabilize your body before you move, like hitting a pickleball. Or you also want to train it if you're going to walk from the grocery store carrying grocery bags, or from your car to your house. You want to be able to pull your belly button in and walk into your house, or pull your belly button in, hold it in, carry your grandchild, pull your belly button, hold it in while you are putting your sneakers on to keep your body stable and supportive.
Or emptying, like doing wet clothes to the dryer, maybe, or making
Close
a
to the
bed.
dryer. Absolutely. That's great. Close to the dryer. Keep your core active while you're doing those daily activities, and you will ensure that you're going to have a healthy, vibrant body without an injury, at least to your back, that's going to take you out of your walking group or your gardening class or anything that you're doing with your body, your
Yeah.
sports. It's
Or you're
amazing.
just your happy smile. It's hard to put on a happy smile when your back
I
hurts.
know, like
Yeah.
smile and change your brain chemistry, improve your state, your vibrancy.
I can just see it's like you don't feel like going to church, you don't feel like going to family birthday parties. No, it's too hard to sit there. Yeah. You don't want
Yeah,
that. You do have
that's it.
that's preventing.
That's a great idea. When you're in church, pull your belly button in,
Yeah.
shoulders back. You don't need to sit with your back rounded into the seat. You can actually sit forward, belly button in, and be a little bit more, oh, I feel
Yeah.
good about myself right now. And my
Right.
core is active.
Yeah. There you go. So there's a great question that I have. I think you have a lot of examples. I bet you've worked with thousands of patients. And can you share a story of a woman in her 50s, 60s, or beyond who's transformed her life through the techniques that you teach?
Oh man, that's such a great question. I have so many. I always go back to the first one when I was teaching a woman in 2002 or 3, I think it was. She was in her 80s and she came in because she had some leakage. She said, I can't make it from my bed to the bathroom without leaking. And then if I'm in the kitchen and I feel like I have to go, I can't hold it to get there." So I was teaching her some pelvic floor exercises, and I was also teaching her how to pull her belly button into her spine. And she was having trouble pulling her belly button into her spine. So she said to me, and this is back then when the word suck was a little vulgar. So I wasn't saying suck it in. I was saying pull your belly button in, draw your belly button in, like zipping up pants. She goes, honey, you mean suck it in? And that's where suck it in was born. And I said, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, she's like, oh, you suck it in. So she came back about 2 weeks later. The next session she came back, she goes, you know what? I can make it to the bathroom. That's revolutionary. And she asked me if
Wow.
sucking it in would flatten her stomach. And I said, no, sorry. It won't do that, but it will help you with everything else. And she came back 2 weeks later and showed me her pants and said, honey, it does flatten your stomach. So that is just one. It was like the first example in 2003 that lit up my world, because then I went a couple years later to a women's health seminar and they were talking about that baby belly and the pooch and how women are doing crunches and it's not helping. And they were talking about not suck it in, but the transverse abdominis, and how the way to get rid of that belly budge is not the crunch, it's to actually use the transverse abdominis, which was my phrase, suck it in. And but she proved it to me, and again and again. Women come in and they tell me that suck it in thing is amazing. She says, they're reclaiming their life. They're getting back to sports. They're not staying at home because they don't want to go out for an hour because they might have to use the restroom. And I just think I can share many stories, but that one touches my heart the most because
Yes.
she proved it to me that sucking it in will slim your belly because it actually holds everything inward. And I think it's amazing. And I
And
think
it's
every woman,
and being 80 and your body responds at 80,
she
right?
reclaimed her life. I know at
At
80,
80.
she reclaimed her life. She reclaimed her confidence and your ability to get back out there and not feel like I'm afraid to go because that's 4 hours. When's there going to be a bathroom? I won't even be able to make it. So many of us deal with that. It's
Oh,
so
so
many of
many.
us. Yeah,
So
so
many.
many. And it's
Yes.
it's It's not a natural, like I heard this quote a long time ago, it's not the natural sentence for a woman to have incontinence, yet like 80% of us or something like that, might even be more, have experienced some form of it. It's just that we get pelvic floor dysfunction and deep core dysfunction that needs to be retrained, and even athletes get it and they've had no injury. So it's just, your pelvic floor is the sling on the bottom. It's like a can or a soda can. Your pelvic floor is down here. Your diaphragm, let's say, is up here. The transverse abdominis runs across the front, the suck it in muscle, and then your back muscles are in the back. But we have jumping up and down. There's these little muscles down here that are controlling all of our abdominal contents and organs above. So it has to have the strength and resiliency to support that as we age. And then we have babies and it gets stretched out and it gets damaged. And so we need that deep core tune up so that we can have that vitality and be able to go out with confidence and not need to worry about that.
You convinced me. I'm going to work on that. I am totally needing to work on that. So I won't tell you my story, but let's go to our closing question. We have about 5 minutes, a little over less than that. Okay. And if you could leave women 55 and over one message about their bodies, vitality and confidence, what would it be? And also, how can they find you?
Okay. I will say first how you can find me, because I always forget. You can find me at yourvirtualphysicaltherapist.com, and you can contact me there. It goes directly to my personal email. I'd love to hear from you. But the one message that I think for women 55 over is that we can do this together. I really believe that this is the time that we can have the best life ever as we age, but you need to you need to know that you can do these things to help yourself. You can activate your deep core and reclaim your posture, get your shoulders back and be confident, but it's small steps. It's not right now. You do a small step, like you activate your deep core. You do a small step, like you put your shoulders back and smile. These are the things that we women need to stick together so that at 55, 65, 75, 85, we are getting wiser. And I want to keep and improve our vitality and confidence as we age. And I just want everyone to know that we're all in this together. We've all had those menopausal challenges and these things. I made this shirt because I had a really rough one and I felt like I earned this.
I love it.
And sometimes I wear it and I was shy, but when women look at me and say, oh my gosh, I'm in it right now. And I love that we're going to get through this and we're going to be in the wiser, best times of our lives. We just have to do a little tuning up to our bodies as we age so we can stay physically vital too, as well as feeling inside vital.
Ah, yes, it's all connected. And and our body will thank us for it. You always want your future body to go, thank goodness you took care of your inner core or your posture so that now I can still walk and still Thank you. Thank you. Your future self will thank you.
Your future self will thank you. Yes. Sometimes I tell people you have to earn the right to feel better and honor your body. Your body, if it's hurting, is sending you a message that maybe you need to attend to something. Maybe you need to honor your body. Maybe you're not in the best posture. Maybe you're doing things that put your back in harm's way. And maybe all you need to do is just your pelvic floor is telling you, hey, I'm not working properly. I'm not strong. And I think that the earn the right to feel better is attend to your awesome body who's asking you for help, asking you to attend to that thing. And then we get to enjoy so much.
Yes. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on and be part of this beautiful Reimagine Retirement Summit. And all of you, thank you again for going to find Christine Lynders and sharing this summit with your friends so that they can also have a beautiful, unleashed, confident vitality and an extraordinary life for all of their lives and all of their friends and community. So thank you again. Christine, do you have one last word?
One last word is let's just go inspire each other to live our best lives. We can do it. We deserve it. We deserve to have our best life. And it doesn't stop just because we're getting older. And thank you so much, Jacqueline. I'm so honored to be on this, to share everything with you.
My honor as well. Thank you, everyone. And just thank you so much for being on and being part of this wonderful summit. We love you all. Bye-bye.